Hello everybody, welcome to Deluxe Collectibles, and today we're going to be doing my reaction and review for LEGO Ninjago Season 13, Episode 8, The Real Fall. If you would like to check out my reaction for this episode, you can be sure to go down below to the top of the description where you'll find a link leading you over to Google Photos where you'll be able to view my full uncut reaction to the episode, and then once you're done watching that, you can come back over to this YouTube video where you'll be able to hear my full spoiler review for the episode, which is what we're going to get into right now. So of course I would advise checking out the episode beforehand, but we're going to get into it. I have my laptop here as well, a few notes I made so I don't miss out on talking about anything from the episode. But basically this episode begins where we left off with the last one, which might I say that last episode was fantastic, so if you didn't watch my review for that, be sure to check it out. We got it revealed that King Vangelis is the Skull Sorcerer, which honestly I thought he was going to wind up being the Skull Sorcerer, but I didn't think we'd have it revealed in only episode 7, and I absolutely love that they did that. So now we have kind of the result of that, and basically of course Vanya, Cole, and Wu have all been dropped into the mine. So we're here with the Skull Sorcerer, and now he turns back into King Vangelis, of course, to kind of figure out how he's going to cover this up and the disappearance of his daughter. And basically he plans on just blaming it on Chompy, saying that he basically just went wild and wound up tossing them down the pit. Now at first it feels like the guards, the Shintaro guards, kind of don't buy this, but they still of course have to obey their king, so they still are ordered to lock up Chompy and basically go through with that. And then we cut to the ninja here, which this was just my favorite part of the episode, which was basically the whole episode, which was why it was so great, is that it kind of reminded me of Gravity Falls when they did that whole episode, the bottomless pit, and this one takes a similar approach to that, where it's just them falling for at least the first like 3 minutes or 3 or so minutes of the episode. They're just falling down this hole, and they're basically just trying to catch up with each other. Wu's trying to find a way to tell Cole, like, you got to use your elemental abilities to somehow slow yourself down while falling. Now, of course, that's very difficult to achieve, but Cole winds up trying to basically grab onto some rope to try to help himself, and he's able to kind of slow himself down enough to at least be at the same point as Wu is. So they're both kind of falling at the same point, and Vanya is going after them as well using those Shintaro wings, and they don't know if those are going to be able to hold them, if she's even able to catch up to them. But luckily she's able to catch up to them, but the only unfortunate part is that the Shintaro wings do just wind up breaking off because of the amount of weight that they're trying to hold on to, so they're not able to really do much with that. And might I say as well, throughout the episode, one small detail I kept on watching for was Wu's hat. I kept on watching if and when he would lose his hat and if it would come back to him, and that was actually kind of a fun sort of game to just play inside my head while I was watching the episode. It was a lot of fun for sure. And then basically they wind up falling into a spider's cobweb. They do wind up making it so that they're able to stop at least momentarily for a little bit, but it's not much better, because a small detail, or not a small detail, but a nice detail that they included was that you can see on the spider's web they have a bunch of Shintaro armor and weapons, so you can kind of see that King Vangelis has probably previously dropped a few of his Shintaro warriors down here into this pit to basically just die, and that's what happens to them. They wind up getting eaten by the spiders, and I think that makes him even more of a menacing villain, because you know he's been doing this for quite a while and he is just ruthless. I mean, look, he's just fine with kind of abandoning his daughter and just basically renouncing her, so that kind of really just shows what an evil villain he is and what he's willing to really do for his end goal. And basically they wind up getting trapped down there. There are multiple spiders that come out. By the end of it, there's like 3 spiders, and they've actually got Cole in like a cocoon of sorts. And basically they are just trying to fight over him for the most of it. And then luckily Vanya is able to escape, grab some of the Shintaro weapons and shields, and try to fight against the spiders. Doesn't work out too well for her. She still has a bit of a tough time, but luckily in the meanwhile, while she's distracting them, Wu is able to break free as well and free Cole, and then they're basically trying to figure out what to do. Now this whole time I was kind of wondering, is Cole able to use his elemental abilities, because I didn't see any visible Venge Stone, so I wasn't sure if it was affecting him at all in that moment, because he never really tries to use his powers in this instance, because I feel like those would be able to fight off the spiders, but he doesn't do that, and he actually uses one of the Shintaro blades to just rip open the spider web and just keep on falling, so they continue to fall, and I really love that. I think it was just so much fun. And then they start start sliding down these tunnels. They wind up getting separated a bit. Wu gets separated from his hat for a little bit, but then he manages to get it back at a certain point, and then they basically wind up falling into a river of some sort, and they're getting rushed down, and then luckily they hit some rocks. They're able to jump onto them, and I know this probably sounds like quite a bit that I'm telling you right now, but they just keep on going. They wind up on this giant turtle, which winds up like getting up and then kind of tossing them even further. Then they wind up in a whirlpool as well, kind of remind me of like the film Flushed Away, where they're kind of just being flushed down this drain right here, and they're going down, and Wu's trying to tell Cole that you're surrounded by earth, so you can use your elemental abilities at an enhanced rate here, and you should be able to clog the toilet, basically, the toilet bowl that they're in right now, with the rocks. So he's basically able to kind of use his abilities there to kind of like plug the hole, and then they have a moment to just kind of relieve themselves. But then unfortunately Cole's like, it's like a small little detail, but it looks like he kind of just like lays down, like, or like moves his body a little bit, and it winds up crushing the rock and actually breaking it apart, and they fall even further down, which takes them all the way to the bottom of the mines. Basically they drag them out of the water, really. And I do want to add one thing, is that I didn't see Wu at the end there with his hat, so I'm not sure if Wu's gonna get back his hat. I know that might not be the thing that most people are focusing on, but I mean, hey, he's got to get his hat back somehow, so I wonder if that's going to be something that he's going to wind up getting back. I would assume it would be, of course, but I'm just wondering how, or if it'll be easy, or if it'll just show back up in the next episode. Who knows? But the important thing is now they're at the rock bottom, and they get to meet these three characters here who seem to be the ones that were illustrated on some of the paintings, and now we get to kind of learn about them, hopefully, in the next episode. I don't know any of their names. There's like a wizard, a ninja, and kind of like a barbarian as well, and they have a spider who we do learn the name of, who is Adam the spider, of course, because what else are you going to name a spider? And basically they just inform them that, hey, we are the Lonely is what they call themselves, if I heard them correctly. I'm pretty sure that's what they're kind of called, their group, and they just kind of inform him that you are not getting out of here. We've been stuck down here for quite a while, and now this is basically just your life. And then Cole just kind of passes out, and that's how we end the episode, with one of the like the kind of ninja character just kind of laughing and it's like, yeah, he's just like eating this up. He's like, yeah, you guys are stuck down here with us forever. So yeah, that was a fantastic episode. I know it was quite a roller coaster for me to kind of recap it there, but it was a lot of fun. A great episode. Definitely one that, like, I always kind of rewatch Ninjago. In my opinion, it's a very rewatchable show, but this is definitely an episode that I could see myself having a lot of fun with, returning to it. But I'm excited to see what's in the future, what's in the next episode, if we're going to learn about these three new characters from their sort of group, the Lonely. So I'm really interested to learn more about them. Overall, fantastic episode. Be sure to share your thoughts on the episode down below, and who do you think these characters are? If you haven't already seen the future episodes, be sure to let me know down below. But thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and also subscribe for future Ninjago reactions, and I'll see you all next time, and always remember, keep on collecting.